Okay, I think we're going. There we are. Do 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 do. I may have seen the reference. Anyway, let me pop the chat out so I can actually read it while I stream. Thank you, Lapland. Alright, that should be fine. Also, hello, gamer. And hello, Knight. And hello, Walford. Also, I've got like an ulcer on my lip, like, you know, behind my lip and my gum, and it's annoying. So if I'm talking a little weird, that might be why. But anyway, everything is up and running now. Looks like Stream Elements is on. Hello, Five Nights. And hello, Raphael. Your roof, your roof still where it has been? Yeah. Yeah, the storm pretty much died down not too long after I got worries that it might be going on. Current 1.9. No, that's... I've had that as my current for months now. It started with Operation Ashring. I don't know why. I'm assuming me going into Operation Ashring some reason unlocks Chapter 9. I don't know why, because I haven't started Chapter 8 at all yet. So I don't know why it's sort of there. Who should I appoint as her replacement? I'd say whichever one you really want to get to 200% trust, like, as quick as possible. Also, hello, Mikazuki. Meow. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why this is here available. I think it has got something to do with Operation Ashring when it first came out. For whatever reason, me going into it, I guess unlocks it. I guess because they're similar things. I don't know. I don't know why it did that. Yeah, when it unlocked, it just placed it there. Right. Oh, Stormwatch is available once you complete Act 1. Oh, okay. That might be why then. But yeah, so it's always been there as the current, regardless. I'm surprised it's only been brought up now. Because it's been that way ever since Operation Ashring. It's needed for exclusive materials. Right, I see. Right, I gotta go have fun looking for the SS dumb. Okay, have a nice time, Raphael. I'll see you later. Okay, so let's see where we were at. We're at 68%. Ah, one off from being nice. Oh, that is a thing. Oh, okay, so that's where the two are. See. Huh. And it looks like there's even more. Looks like there's 5 things in total. Okay. This menu music do be banging. Oh, it really is. And it still has that more like gothic Lovecraftian vibe to it, but now it's more, not necessarily actiony, but like more fast-paced compared to the more mysterious and unsettling version in under tides. I'm upset. My game crashed on LT8 on a deathless run. Ooh, ouch. Okay, let's see what this one is. Okay, an encounter. The calamity completely reshaped Iberia's coastline, and the majestic harbour built more than 70 years ago sank into the sea without a trace. It goes without saying that Cold Reef Port cannot hold a candle to it. Though small, it still reserves a few berths berth 4 massive ships. In reality, those ships would never return to port. Wait, what do you mean prepare to board? Okay, no, I think I do have to do this one. Oh yeah, I was going to say, I imagine people probably be, people who normally skip the story would probably have been quite annoyed at it because you have to sort of go through it bit by bit. Yeah, I guess prepare to board because it looks like we have to go anyway. A few of the small vessels prepared beforehand by the Penal Battalion are moored in the port. Where they set sail into the sea for the first time, they will face completely unknown winds and waves. Ooh. After the plan to build Grand Pharaoh was put on hold, Cold Reef Port was almost never used. The few voyages in the port's records were mostly small-scale search missions carried out by the Inquisition and the Penal Battalion. Nobody ever returned from those expeditions. Today, this long-since lonely port will finally see off another ship from its embrace. Its crew will set out to find the Eye of Iberia that is still looking out over the ocean. Also, hello Lee. The Penal Battalion prepared the boat in advance. The older dock worker carrying out work he was unfamiliar with, loading the vessel with supplies for their voyages. The boat slowly left the port, disappearing from the people's sight. The dock worker thought to himself that he might never get a chance to send off another ship in his few remaining years. Okay, it looks like it goes straight onto this one. Okay, so that's the lighthouse. And I'm assuming it is the same lighthouse from the animated trailer. I like that it also doesn't look like a conventional lighthouse. It looks like something a bit more sci-fi-esque. Actually, it almost looks like the cooling towers from the art book Tales from the Loop. Anyway, nobody knows why this lighthouse survived the disaster. But perhaps it is because no matter how terrifying the wind and waves may be, nothing can stop people from gazing towards the sea. Iberia's eyes will never close, only be temporarily clouded over. Hello, cat. No, it's the lighthouse from BioShock. Oh, you do make a good point. I completely forgot about that game. Why does it take so long for this to disappear? Come on. There we go. Yes, cat? That's landing point. Let me just double check something. Is the audio balance okay? Like, the game's not too loud or I'm not too quiet or something like that. Oh, shush, cat. It's fine? Okay, nice. Ah, cutscene. Oh god, did Calcic come with us? Oh, this is going to be a long cutscene. Yes, get back to work, Cat. You need to finish your dissertation. Of all the things I expected to get in chat, diabetes was not one of them. It shuts its eyes. Its sweet dreams unperturbed for over a decade. Okay, that was almost like, what's it called? Yogg-Sothoth, I believe, is the god that sleeps. Hello, Les. This is background noise. I'm too exhausted to stay awake. Okay, that's fair. Also, hello, Christmas. Yeah, I temporarily delayed the stream for 2 hours because it was storming and I was worried that the internet would cut out, but then it stopped, so I put it back to the usual time. Anyway. Ah, cat. Oh god, what voice did I give him? Sort of like a sailor's voice. Right. What is this disgusting floor? What's happening? Is it the sea terrors? Spanish accent. Honestly, I couldn't do a Spanish accent to save my life, mainly because of all the years I've lived here, I've never really found one specific accent. It's strange. Iago. Maya. What's going on? Didn't you say those Church of the Deep cultists wouldn't show up? They've made a complete mess of the place. Iago, I came to say goodbye. What? It's about time for me too. And the opportunity is hard to come by now. That's all it is. I don't understand. Amaya, Amaya, ooh. Oh god damn it, cat. I didn't even think about that until now. Iago. The Inquisitors are here. A whole 3 of them. Geordie's in their hand. Gah! Don't, Iago. Geordie came back on his own will. And that's what... And what can you do against the Inquisitors? Does he know what it means to be found by the Inquisition? You've told him so many times that I'd be shocked if he did. That's how people are. Reason might tell us to take every advantage and avoid the opposite. But people are so complicated. And you can't judge that so easily. I wouldn't call Geordie? I wouldn't call Geordie a fool for his choice. Now's not the time to argue over morality. This is his nature we're talking about. Character, not morality, Iago. There's a certain beauty in human nature. Even time can't deny that. What are you getting at? Do you hate the Inquisition? The sea terrors have blanketed this town. But remember, Iago. Remember. Remember that rainy night when the penal battalion charged into town, breaking down doors? The unending screams drowned out the pitter-patter of rain. I get the feeling she's gonna be manipulating him into doing something stupid that might end up getting him hurt or killed. Like, it feels like a, hey, the Inquisition's over there, go get him. No, stop. And now? The sea's brand is spreading across town. Have you heard any scream? Have you seen anyone being senselessly slaughtered? Hunted down? You haven't. Right now, all that remains around Farrell is stillness. I never knew the ocean was so vast. The sea breeze blows past. Geordie cannot believe what's beyond his eye. Beyond his eyes? Before his eyes. He had always thought the sea's horizon was the sky's end. Not until witnessing the boundless expanse. Why the fuck did I say expanse? What am I doing? And this is the third time in a row I've messed up my own language. Not until witnessing the boundless expanse of waves for himself does Geordie, the Aegir, have a sudden question. Why has humanity never decided to explore this? Have you seen the ocean? After all these years, we haven't discovered everything in the ocean. We've discovered like 6% of it. There's a reason why a lot of us rather not. How could we ever determine our position out here? It's not as if the moons are signal beacons, or the stars could read like a map. Ah, there it is. Mention of moons. I think that was the first time I've seen it written down. Why can't we read the stars like a map? He's got a point. Ask a professional astronomer. Ask a professional astronomer and find out. Then, if the gear really is under the water, then how big is it? Bigger than Iberia? There's a handful of genuine Aegir over there. How about you ask them? Gosh, she is incredibly cold to him. I'm fairly certain she spoke more to Skadi while trying to kill her than she's talking to him. You can hear the fuck off in her voice. Also, I just love how Arknights, whenever they do the silent, like showing the characters, it's always like incredibly quick. They seem like they have their own worries, though. They're all so solemn. Shark, what are you listening to? The wind. There's an offering of kin mingled with the breeze. It puts me much at ease. It gets more like this the closer we are to the sea. Even though in Salviento he was so... You know why? I could guess, but it would only disturb your judgment. We have a battle before us. Did you ever attempt to return to the sea after your narrow escape to shore? Of course. I failed. There was no end to them. They surrounded me. I ran out of strength before I could even swim far. Tried so many times. But you're still alive. We are all aware of the changes in our bodies, Daddy. You included. Shark may have suffered some injury, but none of my hunters are so fragile. And she's the same as us. Spectre, once a victim of the Church of the Deep, Originium, Absent, and Ocean, has affected her whole host of ways. Why bring along such an uncertain element? We are going home. It does not concern you. Home. But circumstances in Aegea can hardly be better than Iberia. Raise your lantern, Inquisitor. Let's prepare to greet our first enemies. I swear this is like the third time there's something conveniently appearing once they start talking about that place. Yep, there they are. Oh, they've come. They've what now? And yes, I know it's a gear. Chances are, throughout this entire event, I'm going to be going back and forth between the two pronunciations. Just because... Oof. One final question. Are there really only 3 Abyssal Hunters? If there were others, I would have long since found them. Ah, he knows something you don't. Compels you to ask. Ominous slivering sounds. Just liver. Is this ship's course true? Undoubtedly. Then the sea terrors are becoming more explicitly hostile as we approach the Eye of Iberia. Perhaps it is already their nest. Fighting them aboard this ship would be a waste. Would waste far too much time. Gaddy, Shark, defend this vessel. Keep an eye on the primitive signal navigation facilities while you're at it. I will enter the sea. I'll go with you. You are stronger in the sea, but so are they, and we cannot bleed down there. The risk is too high. What's wrong? Are the monsters attacking again? No, I can't see any. We don't know what's happening under the water, but... Muffled booming. What's going on down there? Is she fighting below? No. She's just... moving. It's faster in the water. Wait, she's moving fast enough to cause actual cavitations? Huh? Okay, that is pretty fast, not gonna lie. can anyone move faster through water than air? Habits, I guess. Or maybe it's a skill issue. The sea terrors are following her. It's opened up a passage. Irenet, take Brogan's descendant and continue to steer. Pick up the speed before the enemy surrounds us. Hello, Arya. How you doing? Oh god. Here we go. They've left. The seas won't be peaceful. If you worry for them, we'd best hurry and finish up our business. Ranthara is only an outpost to recapture the lighthouse. Retaking it is all that matters. I'm surprised that Iberia can already exploit Aegea technology to resist the encroaching Neversea ban. Every Arknights player I've seen always says, oh god, when they see Calcit. because those of us who read the story know that it's going to be a long cutscene. Regardless, the rate of its evolution is faster than any one scientist's genius. If we seek victory, we must use whatever we can. Even an army. I see. This is a plain, unremarkable town. Perhaps there are more strategic locations waiting for the Inquisition to recapture them, one by one. More favorable battlefields, grander walls and fortifications. But sometimes, it's fine to start with what's at hand. However, many Iberians are willing to fight to the death against the waves. That is how many soldiers we can field. Let us begin the cleanup. Unabated slivering sounds. I'll sliver whether you like it or not. I don't know. I don't know what an unabated slivering sounds sound like. I feel like at this point, Hypergriff are just adding words to the sounds. At least with the riffs, it makes sense because you can add emphasis onto music, but... Hey, are we still not there yet? According to the nautical map, we should be able to at least see it by now. Hi, Inquisitor. We have to head deeper in, or else... No. Look up. Oh, it's night. I was going to say, how the fuck do you miss that? But okay, it's nighttime, so I imagine... okay, it's night, that makes sense. Although why you would have the lighthouse be the same color as the Dark Knight is a bit weird. You'd want it to stand out, so really white houses. Well, I guess that was the point I was going to make. Lighthouses rather should be white or some kind of lighter color, or a color that doesn't match the ocean, like red. Imagine the reaction of a player when Calcit suddenly appears in Arknights Enfield. Honestly, I would not be surprised if she appears in Enfield. Assuming nothing happens to her within the main Arknight story, I imagine she definitely would appear in Enfield. What? There's nothing but black overhead. I can't see. No. That's not... That's not the sky. And then we go straight back into what looks like daytime. They've made it to their nest by now. We're very close to the shore. No wonder their numbers are so great. We can just cut them all down like before. Yes, like before. Shark? That is their eye. Why does it feel so familiar? It's been caked in filth for too long. Okay, that answers the question, and someone did mention that in chat. Yep, Speedy. Unable to open its lid. I'll clear a path. Geordie, come with us. Okay. I hope I can be of help. No, there's something only you can do. If you can't, then we'll have to change strategies and prioritize ensuring that the Inquisition's technicians can make it here safely. And in the battle to come, we'll have no time to care for the fate of a... Stultifera? I don't know what that word means. A gear. Got it. You seem nervous. Yeah, you don't understand what finally reaching this island again signifies for us. Debate. Oh, okay. And what will that be? Terra has 2 moons. I wonder how oceans behave during gravitational tension between them. I imagine, assuming that the 2 moons aren't positioned in orbit in a way that would almost cancel out tides, I imagine the tides would be very, very extreme during certain seasons. In many ways, it doesn't actually surprise me that large chunks of Iberia get swallowed up by the sea, because I wouldn't be surprised if you get large waves that do crash against the cliffs. And then there will be periods of relatively low tidal force, I imagine. Again, it would depend on where they're positioned in orbit. Or the water erosion. Yeah, exactly. Basically, it would be very easy to damage a lot of cliffs, especially if the cliffs are like northern Spain and the UK, where it's mostly like chalk, which very easily erodes in water. Ever since the Penal Battalion discovered remnant signals from the Lighthouse, we've made 17 attempts to make landfall, 8 of which succeeded in setting foot on its reef. Hundreds of soldiers and 3 inquisitors. No one returned alive. Don't tell me your superior gear ethics teach you to respect your heroes, but forsake their memory. The High Inquisitor and I, the Iberians, will hold a memorial for those who died at sea. I did not mean to pick at your morals. All I can say is that, in the face of the ocean, we are all alone and weak. Do as you wish, but we are pressed for time. A foot falls on the reef. A colossus hides in the jet black wind. Only by tilting one's head back and gazing far can one distinguish its form in the murky sky. This was mentioned before in Undertide, except the Colossus was in the waves, not in the sky. I've vaguely heard of the Colossus, because didn't they come to be in during like the BC era of Terra? This is the second time it's been mentioned now, and I'm wondering just how prevalent they are beyond the continent. The Eye of Iberia. A final pair of eyes, sealed shut. So tall. The scale of that structure in town has to be wrong. It's like a sci-fi version of the Khazad-dûm. No, Khazad-dûm is the bridge. What am I talking about? Oh, what's the tower called in Lord of the Rings? I can't remember. The Eye of Sauron is the thing on top. The tower itself, well, Isengard works as well. That's one of the two towers. But the tower in Mordor has a specific name, but I've forgotten what it's called. Barad-dûr, thank you. High Inquisitor. This is what we once... It is. My first time seeing it as well. The two remain silent for a moment, dead in their tracks as they look over at this vast spectacle that survived only in documents and records. The enduring reality of Iberia goes far beyond what she was taught, Irene thinks. Despite the Abyssal Hunters' ample disdain for them, despite the balance of the nation well and truly crumbling, despite it all, this lighthouse is an emblem of past glory and wild ambition, of dreams and the domination of the unknown. Whatever feelings may roil in your heart at this moment, engrave them all. This building, these worn swords and lanterns, these reefs, this ocean. Carve it into your heart, just what humanity has built in its struggle. Keep it with you forever, at all times. If we do not venerate our sacrifices, our scales are meaningless. Yes, sir. Enter carefully. Does it? Oh, I do love the design of it, though. I really need to see if there's like a bigger, not bigger, like an actual like full piece where you can see it from top to bottom. Also, this artwork in the background is absolutely amazing. I love how this artist has painted the waves crashing over. Oh, that looks awesome. What are you doing? Have we come home? No, not yet. But if we find what Calcit and the captain are looking for here, maybe we can. I think there is a picture in an art book. Ooh. Just hold on, we're almost there. It's too quiet. It still stinks. Yes, the reef is coated in remnant never see brand. I can see traces of man-made objects too. Rotted for the most part. Such an awesome design. It's also weird, like, is that like actually looking through the lighthouse? Or is that reflecting color? Because I can't tell if that's basically a hollowed out area. In which case, props to these side things for keeping up the rest of the tower, if these are the only things keeping these two things intact. Gladia paces slowly. She looks up at the tower, standing against the tenebrous sky. There's the tilted parts at the end of that segment. Maybe, it's just hard to tell because this bottom part and this top part looks like it's the same. It looks like it's the same size or the same circumference of each. I zoomed in. That is a hollow part, the loops of the cables. Yeah, so it is basically like the two sides of the tower. This bit that extends out, that protrudes out rather, is all that's connecting these two things. Which, when you think about gravity and how much that must weigh, it's an interesting design choice. It could be that it wasn't finished, but then why would that be the part that's not finished? You'd think the further up you go, the less finished it would be. The Eye of Iberia is directed towards the heaven. As if upon this finite soil, life cranes its neck, wanting to see the future. Oh? So it looks up. Is it maybe trying to map the stars? For navigation? The nations of the land have done all they can to reproduce Brogan's remaining legacy. These so-called lighthouses are an emulation of Aegir technology through and through. What can this lighthouse be awaiting? That in this void and empty sea. Does it watch the ocean or the land? I wonder. Captain, I know. Within is a sea terror nest. The lack of an immediate attack may merely be defensive, guarding of the den. It is about time they come. Nope, there they are. Look at those tentacles. Ominous slivering sounds. Liver. There's not too many. The sea. The coast is already out of sight. Sentimental? No. I just mean we can't bleed here. It'll be extremely dangerous. They can't pierce our skin. As long as you do not cease your dance, these numbers are insufficient to kill us. You don't need to die in order to bleed. Lighthouse. It really is like the statue in town. Which means those blueprints at home really were from my mother and father for the Eye of Iberia. My parents were once in this very place. Geordie looks back towards the shore. Each and every day, his mind went back to his view of that overcast shore. A lifeless grey and hopeless crowd. But, look at this lighthouse, he thinks. Uncle Fiago was right. They were all heroes. They were all meant to be legends. Legends never die. Oh wait, that's the wrong game. The Abyssal Hunters should be regrouping not far from here. They'll be rejoining this battle too. Oh, that was him talking, not her. Oh well. Don't forget what you've experienced at Salviento. Their blood is highly unusual. Calcit hardly told us anything. Understood. So they can't be trusted? What did you see beneath the Inquisition? Reborn. You should still remember their twistedness, vitality, their serenity. In Salviento, hunters did battle such a monster and emerge victorious. I know that. You've seen the truth. Now you must reassess your past and Iberia. Tear apart the old, swimming through your head. Make your own judgment. Yes, sir. Rough sounds of slithering over reef. They're ready for us, withdrawn to defend their nest, waiting for the chance to strike. Here, drive out raiders. Geordie, report? Right. It's a miracle, really. These control panels outside are still responding, but I'm not sure what theory these things are based on. Theory? I'm looking though. I have all the research notes from home with me in my bag. Be quick about it. I know. It's this one. No, it's not it. When did this one get wet? Inquisitor, they're here. The billows rage forth. Their arrogant surges dozens of meters high, battering one day after another, coming the reef and the free. What do you mean free moons? Last time you mentioned 2 moons. Where did the third one come from? Did we just catch a stray rock in space all of a sudden? The 3 moons. Okay. There's 3 now. This is getting out of hand. 1 moon is bright. 1 moon is dark. These are the moons spoken of throughout time, hung in the sky. And the third? The remaining moon comes from the intervals betwixt the waves, at the peaks of every crest. The moonlight comes from the title he once believed in. Bitch, who are you? The reflection, right. That makes more sense. Okay. Also, hello, Merwind. You look like some sort of knight. A sea knight. Hopefully in a gear and not a seaborn. Actually, let me rephrase that. Hopefully a friendly Aegir and not a seaborn. Okay, let's have a look at this. Okay, another nice single... Another single area. I'll put possibly Defender there, and I'll see if it needs Lapland there, then I'll put her there. Otherwise, I'll put her wherever else. Also, thank you for the subscription, Mika. And hello and welcome in. Okay, let's see it. Before you step through the entrance, you must first sweep aside all obstacles. Okay, Hand of the Saint. Bounces a Hand of the Saint in the deployed direction, stunning and dealing damage enemies it collides with. Okay. Oh, the Roombas. Okay. I thought I still needed another component before it could be used. Okay, I'm going to stick with this for now, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, go straight into the game. We are nearly an hour in.
Let's work to make the world a more peaceful place.
So, I wonder then. How does this go? Oh, okay. Well, I thought it bounced back and forth. Oh, does it have to bounce back and forth between... Just try that. Okay, no. Okay, I need to put something there. Yes.
Let's begin.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, I should not have done that. I need to put healer down soon. There we go. Ah. Okay, I need to put someone down almost immediately. I could do it now. I'll do it now. Okay, do it now.
Understood.
Oh god, there was two. Yeah, I didn't see that bit. Ah, fuck, I didn't actually see that. I'm just gonna keep feeding. Okay, but she's gonna keep getting targeted. Yeah. Oh, this is gonna get annoying. Ah. I did not like that. Okay. Put her there. It doesn't matter anyway, the entire thing's done. Well, I guess we'll see what happens when, Oh no, they just go straight through. Okay, but they don't go through everyone, do they? No, they do.
Got it.
That's painful. Okay, they can't get through her though. No. Oh, they do. Wait, they didn't before though. They go through their creep. I forgot about that. Oh, fuck me. They're not going to go through now. Oh, they're going to... Okay, that's a save. No, it's not, but it's close enough. No, it's not. Oh, my God.
Don't worry. My poison is not contagious.
Stop dodging!
Toxins will slowly burn your life away.
Doctor, who's next?
Ah, okay. Oh, I tried to save that as much as I could. Okay, so there's two. I didn't notice the second one. I did not notice that second one up there. Oh, that's going to be really annoying, though.
Everyone, there's no need for you all to stand so far from me.
Forwards!
I'm just gonna do that.
Speeding up!
Oh, that's gonna be a problem. Okay, I need to quickly get up there with someone.
指示に従うときは無理しないで。
Maybe not. I have a slight idea. It's risky though. Okay, no, it will stay on there.
Fear not! Here I come!
指示にした体に違和感があったらすぐ教えてね。
Okay, there we go. He's now target. Okay, and that should stop the growth.
ドクターはきっと緊張で筋肉が固まると治療に良くないんだ。力を抜いて。
Okay, you're annoying me.
My toxic hunt is ready.
What now?
ちょっとからさあ、あと少し。
Poison.
戦いだけに気を取られないで。
戦うときは無理しないで。
無駄無駄。
Die. Okay, there we go. This is going better.
How's that?
Okay, yeah. As long as these two do not die, I should not have the same problem I had before. Oh no, I will have the same problem I will have before.
Doctor, who's next?
Attack!
Because one of those do start up there. This is the battle for the century. Mainly because it will last a century.
How's that?
There we go. Alright, there's the
My
problem.
toxins will
できるかな。
Okay, I need...
バラーゼ。
ドクターはきっと僕らを勝利に導いてくれる。
Problem. Oh, did it die? That was enough to kill it, okay.
I'll charge the weak. Face me.
We'll be right there with you.
Attack!
There we go. I just love that epic fight between the duck and Korra, just constantly just whacking at each other, with neither of them losing much health. Also, what the hell is Maria doing here? Surprise Casmier's appearance. Yeah, I thought I was done with this chapter. Is it morning already? The operator's equipment was a lot more seriously damaged than we anticipated. Still, the fact that they managed to save so many people from that catastrophe is a testament to how amazing they are. The chin up as well. It's been a long time since I've seen the word chin up. Oh, Granny's here as well. Hi, Maria. I'm here to pick up an order for the engineering department. Oh, Granny, just a moment. Let's see, where did I put that? Sorry, I haven't tidied this place up in a few days. It's a bit of a dump. Uh, it sure looks more like a proper Casimiesian workshop than the last time I stopped by. This. A novel. The Last Night. What's that doing here? It gets stuck underneath the blueprints when I was flipping through my boxes and drawers yesterday rather. I was wondering where it'd gone. The Last Night. It used to be my favourite book. My sister gave it to me as a gift when I was little. A night novel from Kazimierz, huh? You've heard of light novels, now get ready for night novels. Mind lending it to me? Sure thing. Ah, that's where the book on art unit theory ended up. Sorry, Granny. This might take a while. I can bring it over to you later if you like. Don't worry, it's not urgent. Just means I get to stay on Rhode Island a bit longer this time. I'll just be over here reading to pass the time. I'm really sorry about this. Oh gosh, it's just like me for real. Constantly apologizing at the slightest inconvenience. Last Night. The title is as pompous as it is cliché. There have probably been hundreds of books written about the last night, the swiftest night rather, or the strongest night. But seeing how the Radiant Knight gifted it to her own sister, surely there must be more to it than that. With that thought, Rani opens it up rather, only to find a bookmark wedged inside. Written in wobbly Kazimierzian letters is a line that may well have been copied from the book. If you deem the waves too ruckus, then command the ocean to be still. Huh? That seems seemingly out of place for Kazimierz, which is in the middle of grasslands. Legend has it that the last night returns to Iberia, I see. The enemies reflected in his eyes were not living creatures, but rather he charged at mountains, cities, and waves. Legend has it that the last night settled by the coast, sustaining himself on the wind, taking shelter in the mist, until, at last, he forgot how to remove his helmet. Wait, surely it's not the same person. Legend has it that the last night finally disappeared after clashing against the great waves. His family discovered what he'd left behind along the shore and brought it back to the land of night, burying it in burying it deep in the mountain. Legend has it that his or her story was brought to light by a poet, embellished, sung, given both meaning and symbolism. And in this form, they did finally return to the land of night, the highly controversial figure. However, there are some who believe that the mad knight triumphed rather over the ocean, over time, over death itself, that his quest continues until the end of all things. Huh. Why do you have a satellite dish on your head? Sorry, that's the only thing I could think of because it does look like that. His armor does look really cool though. And it must be made of a certain metal that doesn't oxidize. What are you? The knight does not answer. His deathly gaze is fixed on Gladia. This is a Don Quixote reference. Really? To be honest, I haven't really read the book itself, so I'm not too familiar with it. I might have to have a look then, see. However, she quickly realizes that he is not actually looking at her. He stares only at the key in her hand. The knight opens his mouth as if to speak, but only a shriveled rasp comes forth, like the sound of muscle tearing. Then words come fifth. He begins to take a step. Okay. He begins to take a step forward. Where did you get that key? Oh, I did not intend to pry into Rhode Island's internal affairs. But that is Ryogen's legacy, passed through the hands of the four Baron Moots, who once again returned that Abyssal Hunter. By pure coincidence, one of the hunters found it in Kazimierz. Kazimierz. What a distant land. I still remember journeying with that mentor to receive an envoy from the land of knights and secretly overhearing a few Silverlance campaign knights describing their ideals. If I remember correctly, the Grani event was the one that had that really annoying lava slime, like that giant Originium lava spewing slime that did a lot of damage. No? Oh, no, that was Heart of, sorry, that was yeah, no, that was the Heart of Surging Flame, yeah. You fought Big Bob. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, that makes more sense now. Yeah. Yeah, I think I must have confused the two for some reason. I hear the country has changed considerably since then. Yes, it is a capitalist hellhole. For better or worse, every political entity has undergone similar changes in our current era. But that has nothing to do with Iberia. We're like ensnared beasts. Should we struggle, we suffer and bleed. Should we give up, our lives forfeit. Before we unmask those still human traitors, I have a new question for you, Calcip. No doubt you've already realized this. But that child couldn't possibly be Briogan's descendant. The Inquisition would not have missed such a vital clue. So why would you still condemn him to a meaningless death? Calls out to its kin with slivering sounds. You better come sliver into this place, bitch. I don't know what calling with slivers will sound like. Inquisitor. Their numbers are increasing. none of them showed up until we reached the lighthouse. Sir, I found a way to open the main door. But the Eye of Iberia's core facilities are at the top of the tower, and it's a very, very tall. Oh, and it's very, very tall. The lift mechanism isn't working either, so we have to. The only way. So we can only get up there by foot. Oh, God. Oh, I'm not even the one doing this, and this is good. It makes me feel like my legs are hurting. Delivering sounds. High Inquisitor, we need more time. Take the gear with you. My worst enemy stares, literally. There is no time to spare, Renner. Aye, right away. Wait, hold on. Sliver. I don't know. Oh, another explosion. Oh, are they here? No. The lantern's flames are flickering. Something has stepped into my art's domain. What is it? They're scared. Strange. These things have never shown signs of fear before. Confusion, then? But what could be the cause? Sliver? If you manage to climb up to the top of the building, your legs will be like the sculptures of Greek gods. Great, the Theeborn are now Pokemon. Yes. The High Inquisitor raises his lantern high, and the Sea Terror, in turn, retreats into the shadows of the reef. When he looks around once more, he notices the reef is littered with corroded and broken weapons, soaked with the fresh blood of monsters. Armed, belonging to the Inquisition. As his mentor, Carmen, had said, it is not as if the Inquisition had never considered reclaiming the sole remaining lighthouse. Being unaffected by the profound silence it's been quite well preserved. Even so, the Inquisition has never made a serious attempt to retrieve its own eye following the silence. This place used to be a spectacular overlook, a breathtaking, unobstructed view of the entire city. It had been manned by Iberians, day in, day out. Did this lighthouse used to not be completely surrounded by ocean? Because if you can't see the shore from here, that means it's beyond the horizon. So, if it's overlooking a city, it would have to be... had to have been nearer. Remember how the profound silence completely changed the coastline of Iberia? Well, yeah. I just didn't quite think of the extent of it. Cautious, delivering sound. Deliver. But you've taken it as a feeding ground, building a nest for your spawn without permission. Emotion. Long lost emotion. From soldier to inquisitor, and finally, one who sees the truth. He has been tempered, lost, and reforged anew countless times. Thus, Dario became one of the few High Inquisitors in Iberia. Why is this giving me death flags? I don't like it when Arknights give me death flags. It makes me feel very paranoid. Only a single word separates an Inquisitor from a High Inquisitor. But that single word is the difference between heaven and earth. At least no alcohol was mentioned. True. But there's the other trope, finally knowing the truth. He used to regard himself as resolute as steel. Before Iberia's enemies, his lantern would flicker, his saber would glimmer, and every line of the scriptures would be put into practice. But now, he feels a type of strong emotion welling up within him, not solely a byproduct of the law and justice that is preached. After acknowledging his rationality, High Inquisitor Dario accepts the fact that he is truly experiencing grief and anger. His hand cannon takes aim at the sea terror, yet his eyes are directed towards the sea. When you die, mankind will thrive. Okay, we're sort of moving away from Spanish Inquisition and more into Imperial Inquisition. And if you're not too careful, Dario, you're going to need an apothecary. These words are not part of our laws or scriptures, but rather yours. Survival of the fittest. Oh, this is the room. Right here. It's just as the records say. The lighthouse relies on the power source located at the base, and the core column is divided into separate areas. The console on this floor controls... Controls what? My girl, she was literally just about to say it. Well, Geordie... Well, isn't Geordie basically their tech priest? You know... Yes. Signal recording. We should be able to put that to use later. But for now, we need to prioritize powering the entire lighthouse. Let's continue. Hopefully all goes well until the reinforcements arrive. What's wrong? Doña Irene? Lady Irene, okay. It's actually... I like how... I don't think they have formatted the Enya. I think it's a different font for the rest of... because you can see where the... It's the same for all accented letters. Oh, I see. So it doesn't quite follow along with the rest of the font. Interesting. It's nothing. Probably just my imagination. Maestro, the High Inquisitor, is keeping guard outside. We'll be fine. Microsoft Word math formula where it is an N with a... Well, normally when you write the Enya, it just appears as a normal N with the line on top. It doesn't... The N isn't enlarged. But you do see it happen sometimes for some fonts where the Enya or any other accented letter isn't actually within the font. As in, the font wasn't made to have the accents. And so suddenly you see the letter takes on a different font instead, whatever their default one is. I'm not sure if that was the case, because the N did kind of look like the other N. But I don't know. It was just an interesting thing that I noticed immediately, because it stuck out compared to the rest of the word. Alright. After we restart the lighthouse's power system, we should be able to use the lift as well. That way, the others will be able to catch up soon enough. So let's hurry. Nope. There's something odd about him. Some kind of lingering scent. What is it? The scent of another land. Nothing you'd be interested in. He is without a doubt a Seaborn, but not the same as Quintus. How is it possible so many land creatures to become Seaborn now? They shouldn't have frequent contact with the ocean. With no way to communicate, we can do nothing but let his body lose all function. He's about to attack. The knight suddenly seems to vanish in place. But for the senses of the Abyssal Hunters, catching him is hardly a challenge at all. With his speed, he opts not to attack them, but instead leaps high into the air and bounds towards the lighthouse with a ferocious roar. Whoa, what was that? Don't panic. Keep climbing. Oh, they haven't actually reached the top yet. No, they did. Or is there another top? Maybe it was like a middle station. Complete our mission. Rekindle that lighthouse. Right. These vibrations. Are the walls coming under attack? Is that possible? We're already dozens of meters above ground. Does these terrors have some sort of cannon? Or maybe some massive creature? But other than that tremor just now, I haven't noticed anything else. Straw. The knight lifts his head and looks up. The lighthouse did not budge an inch. He shakes his twisted weapon disapprovingly. His long spear, once the creation of a master craftsman, is now inundated with the scent of depths. Man thinks he's fighting a giant. He does not see the one standing in his way. The knight bends his knee again, intended to try once more. What are you doing? You contemptuously provoke Iberia, trespass upon restricted areas, and damage a precious heritage site. Just look at yourself. Do you have a single shred of human-born dignity left in you? Dignity? Seems your vocal cords still work at least. Doubtable. Unintelligible sounds. The sea doesn't need. Brush the waves, trample the sea, end the pain. Things should not remain the same. The giant tree takes root in this land. Your stance, your grey armor, and that spear. You're from Kazimierz. Ocean man, take me by the hand, lead me to the land. And there. Anyway, I am Knight. I saw a flash of red there. Slivering steel. Ocean's waves. Lifting the lantern won't do anything. There's no sign of any other ships coming. The fluorescent Never See brand ignored him. He may well be the source of the Sea Terror's panic. Then, is he actually a seaborn disguised as a human? You seek to destroy the Eye of Iberia. The Inquisition will not allow it. The soil. Now. Good evening, Mr. Knight. Okay. There we go, just at it. Good evening, Knight. Dead. Where are the other two? The others? They're currently having a little chat with Mr. Knight's friends. I hope you mean the Sea Terrors and there's not more Knights. So a fight broke out not far away. Seems like it's a clash of civilizations then. It has nothing to do with me. Though... Oh, it has nothing to do with me though, so I came over here. You're different from how you were back in Salviento. And also from how you were when we met in Grand Faro. You're always changing. The seawater is sobering. Even the slightest breath of air brought in by the ocean breeze. Although, I do want to return to the sea's embrace, but Skadi stopped me. My little Skadi is so scared. But of what? With what's going on right now, I need Gladia's explanation all the more. Mr. Knight, good sir, return to your sweet slumber deep in the abyss. We are not enemies. The knight ignores Laurentina, who murmurs as if singing. As for the enemy, who just dealt him a heavy blow, Knight only tilts his head slightly before quickly snapping his attention back to the towering lighthouse. Alas, how tragic. Language can no longer reach your ears, just as those clouds cover your eyes. Even in your madness, does your will still drive you forward like clockwork, compelling your body to advance? Come then, Storm. Let us share this dance. I found it! The main control panel. How's it looking? I'm not too sure. This is more complicated than what's on the diagrams, and I have never actually operated these things before. A sound again. What's going on outside? Perhaps we're still underestimating the dangers we might encounter here. At this rate, holding out for the penal battalion's technicians might be... No. Even if reinforcements arrive, the sacrifices required to repair the lighthouse under these conditions are akin to setting up camp under the crosshairs of a high-speed warship. Geordie, you're a civilian, and part of Iberia, For now, I won't ask you where you came from, or about what happened in Grand Faro's past. We're in a race against time. Right now, this instant, try your best to get all the information out of the Eye of Iberia as you can. Maestro and I will protect this tower, and we... Alright, I've managed to retrieve the logs. The panel is still responding. The energy module underneath the tower is still functional. She was about to give a heroic speech of just, you know, do what you can, we'll hold our ground, and then it's like, oh, never mind, it's done. It's like, ah? She's just there like, hmm. Oh, I love it. You act fast. Commendable. What's next? How long would it take to reboot the entire lighthouse? I'll see what I can do. Even though I know the people out there are fighting against those sea monsters, I still have to say this. As long as the panel is still responding, it shouldn't be too hard to restart it. I've read about this in the notes my parents left behind, but this will be my first time actually operating something like this, so it's still a bit of a gamble. Either way, it all takes time. We should probably... guard this place, right? Don't look down. Keep moving forward.
We may have achieved a perfect victory, but we still can't let our guard down.
I forgot that we had done a stage. I thought it was a cutscene. This small cottage still holds onto signs of life. When the calamity struck without warning, the guards stationed here were never heard from again. But now, more than 60 years later, there is still a guard staring out the window at the sea, body long since decayed, and his eye sockets hollow, but duty is nevertheless duty. Drawers. I want to see if there's any items. Ooh. Upon opening the drawers, the keeper's belongings can be seen neatly stowed inside. By the looks of it, someone had fastidiously tidied the place. There is a broken dagger in the drawer, no doubt having been in a brutal fight. There is also half a pack of tobacco, but no matches to go along with it, which must have disappointed the original owner. There are also a few art units here that have fallen apart, with signs of having been repaired as much as possible. Additionally, there is a photo effaced or defaced by the passage of time that is now completely unidentifiable. A small communication terminal is located here. The knob that adjusts its frequency band worn tiny smooth. There are still a few places of weathered jerky of unclear origin. Fish monster. There we go. Oh, there's another thing. Oh, yeah, flip through the diaries. That is not a diary. The diary records the years that the lighthouse keepers spent here. One day, the silent waves swept through everything, and they found themselves trapped here in the middle of the ocean. At first, there was fear and panic. Then, there was an attempt to escape. Finally, they accepted their fate. See, someone mentioned that the event was a tsunami, but it sounds way too subtle and, well, as it says, silent to be a tsunami. It's as if the ocean just rose. like steadily everywhere, just at once overnight. When I said I wanted a raise, I didn't mean water levels. Oh, that's amazing. Even when dignity, civilization, and all that humans are meant to rely on are cast aside, it is not all that difficult to survive. Whenever one falls in their duties, they become nutrients for another to continue the vigil. Ah, the origin of the jerky. Long pork. The text on the last page, the diary, is smudged with water, now barely legible. All that we can do, even sin and blasphemy, is not for the sake of our ultimate victory. It is for the hope that our defeat can be slightly delayed. Alright, there we go. Lighthouse control room. Another battle? Yeah. There's no... There's no... Interesting, okay. I mean, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with there being none of the vines. Lay foes low with bravery's blade. Lights the way with hope's flame. Oh no. Are we going to be fighting that knight? Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I realized that I was thinking that's right. Oh yeah, of course. The knights, you know, scared away everything. Not boss stage. Yeah, but it doesn't bode well. Okay. Well, I'll start with this and see how it goes. Okay, there is a cutscene first. Can't wait any longer. If what Council said is true, then none of us can really afford to wait around. Even while we walk this land, we are still a part of the sea. Those corrupt descendants are in the process of changing the environment. In time, none of us will be spared. All we're doing now is sitting around waiting for the end to come. Not the only one sitting around though. Everyone's reasons are different. Think about it more broadly. Who knows? Maybe these lands aren't suited for our survival. Dun dun. Oh dun dun. Not harmonious enough. There's something I want to try. Time to mix it up. All for the tunes. Doo-doo. So what exactly do you have in mind? Well, we're not exactly accomplishing much over here. Just treat it as a little pre-concert workout. Don't swim too far out, Frost. A workout? Huh. What about the rest of you? Do. I think I'll pass. Too lazy. I can feel the inspiration on its way. It's so close. a little bit more. All right. I don't know. I'll be off then. Alright, there's more of you. No. What did that woman in the Inquisitor do? How could they so easily erase the gift from the sea? Aegir. It must have been the Aegir. What the Aegir left behind, those strange machines, must be destroyed. It's just latched onto their leg like the like one of those small dogs. That's right, my brother. The penal battalion has this place surrounded, and we failed to break through. We've nowhere to run. But our exalted prophet has returned to the sea. All that's left is to pave the way for her. If they seek to hold back the tide, then let them dash against the rocks. My life is but one brick in a lengthy road. Eek! Oh. Don't panic. Just me. Why haven't you taken refuge yet? Mayor Fiago. He was drunk and out as cold as a gloom pincer. Though I didn't hear anything. By the time I woke up, everything had gone to shit. And these disgusting things all over the place. What happened here? Has the Inquisition sent anyone yet? What's going to happen to us? The Great Ocean is not guilty of any crime. The Inquisition does not agree. They control the so-called law, and have condemned us as sinners. Soon enough, the sea tellers will return to the ocean. I cannot allow the Inquisitors to condemn Grand Pharaoh to death, just like that. What are you talking about? Have you gone mad? Mad? I am not the one who's mad. I simply need to know. What can we do before the Inquisition destroys this town and rounds us all up to stand trial? I would absolutely panic if I woke up and there was just a monster right next to me. An Inquisitor has already arrived. I saw that clearly when hiding in a little alley. I have never seen one that old before, and they gave me the chills. What are you going to do then, Fiago? Go up to them and try to reason with them? Have to choose sides again, right? When the Aegir were taken away, most people looked on. Like that. They had a chance to stand up for them, but nobody stepped forward. Fiago, you... Now we have another chance. Either watch the Inquisition pull everyone in Grand Pharaoh on trial, or... You lost your marbles, Inquisitor. Hey, Inquisitor. He can handle us all without raising a hand. Take me to them. What are you talking about? Drop the act. How long do you think I've lived in this town? Alright. Follow me. If your goal is really to take a revenge on the Inquisitors... Ah, he was one of them. What are you up to, Mayor Fiago? Oh, meanwhile. Almost there. This has already taken too long. Sorry. It's not your fault, it's mine. We're not having enough patience. Doña Inquisitor. If you're worried about the others, you can go help them. I think I can handle things up here. The High Inquisitor gave me an order to protect you. As you've seen, those monsters are everywhere. I can't just leave you alone. I don't want to be what's holding you back from joining the battle. As long as you can light up this tower, then a High Inquisitor will have made the correct decision. I simply defer to his judgment. I understand. Did your knowledge of the Eye of Iberia come from your parents? Yes. Or more precisely, it's a sum of all of Grandfarrow's past. They gathered all the best lighthouse engineers in all of Iberia, or at least that's what my uncle told me. The territory used to be demarcated by the Inquisition, until it was abandoned after a string of incidences involving the Aegir and the Church of the Deep. I'm not trying to reopen old wounds, but I've been thinking, before I left, I read the dossier about the sentence handed down at the time. No, never mind. Do you hate the Inquisition? To be honest, if there's anything that always hangs over the heads of the people back home, other than the ubiquitous dark clouds, it would be the word Inquisition. The town once glimmered, giving us the confidence to rebuild our homes. Workers and engineers gave everything they had to fight the disaster, but the Inquisition took everything before it even struck. And do you still believe that today? It's a place I grew up in. Everything I've seen or heard has only reinforced that lesson. And, I'm sorry, ma'am. You are simply stating your lived experiences, citizen. It is your actions that will prove your loyalty to Iberia. Still, I'm astonished he had the guts to say all that in front of an Inquisitor. I never would have dared, not until I came here, but when I saw the eye, for the longest time, it's only appeared in my dreams, nothing more than a sculpture sitting in the plaza. Everyone in Grand Pharaoh who came before me has passed this down. Our duty, what we must do. It's all surging through me right now. Ma'am, do you see something glimmering at the base of the lighthouse? Something blue and sparkling like stars. That's the Neversea brand. Oh no. You really think you can fight me, Mr. Knight? You only care about the lighthouse. Why? Why do you cling to it so? Monstrous waves following the sky. Even the stalk of wheat consumed by silence. All things great and small turned to nothing. He can speak, but not command his kin. The sea terrors are in disarray. Let's just put an end to this. What a surprise, Mr. Knight. You're not moving like you were before. Those are human movements. A charging wind-up, unique to Quaranta Knight. What exactly are you? The knight continues to ignore his two opponents. The attention is solely on the third. Yes, the greatest opponent, the static building doing nothing. Even with his attack, the towering lighthouse does not even shake. If even the profound silence failed to destroy the eye, what chance does the lone knight have? It bewilders him. It pushes him to try even harder. Clouds, rolling hills, pillars of ash raids across hot bed of decay. Tides unending. Oh, violence slivering. You're injured, and the sea terrors are drawn to you. Now it appears I got a little scratched up on accident. Oh, that's a bit more than a scratch up. Step aside. You're no longer fit to fight. Dario's eyes quickly dart across the Abyssal Hunter in front of him. Her movements had paused unnaturally, and a few times during the previous clash. He's heard reports about her. He was involved in the Salviento experiments, but the woman who stands before him is completely different from the one who emerged from that fierce battle. Who was she? Who is she now? They've hardly touched you, yet you seem barely able to stand. Maybe an illness you contracted in Salviento? The scent of the sea is rather intoxicating, that's all. Knight, comrade, why must you gag on the air? Endure the heat. You'll never taste the fruits of civilization. The ground is shaking. Energy long lost floods through the pipelines and into the broken body of the Eye of Iberia, prying open its eyelids. Oh, it's turned on. It has awakened. The entire island whispers the groans of its first light. Slowly it shakes off its winter, as if wakened from centuries of hibernation. The cycle of existence does not belong to the sea. The knight lifted his head, gazing up from the shadow beneath the great lighthouse. He is perplexed. That is not a monstrous wave. Where are they? Without drawing a single breath, as naturally as a shadow slants in the direction of the light, Spectre brings down her weapon. But the humanoid seaborn in front of her avoids it, with logic defying explosive force. In midair, the knight looks far out in the distance. He is listening for the coming of new waves. And he break them. Wait, so he did think he was fighting giants. Just instead of it being giants and windmills, it was a lighthouse and big wave. Oh, that word again. Sharp. Blah. Okay, yep, there's Don Quixote. Yep, okay. Rocinante. Or maybe he just really likes the Expanse. What is that? That... Huh. Okay. Chase. Turns out, Mr. Knight is afraid of the light. Don't pursue him. He's not the only seaborn like that out there. Our only duty is to defend the lighthouse. He haunts. He's only lost interest in the lighthouse. I don't care about the motivations of the monsters. Are you saying I'm also a monster? You? You are undergoing a transformation. I don't know whether it's something that happens with every Abyssal Hunter. But if necessary, this reef will be the last bit of land you'll ever step on. You would still call this land? When we're clearly surrounded by ocean? An island is indeed land. That has changed coastlines, not national boundaries. Every last centimetre of land swallowed by the profound silence is still subject to the laws of Iberia. Laws, a virtuous word, yet not all creatures recognise as virtual. Virtual? As virtue. Ready your blade. Oh, have a nice snake. Just a little more. Oh, they're here. Hurry up then. If this drags out any longer, the lighthouse will be swallowed up by the Neversea brand. Ran into a little bit of a hitch. One of the auxiliary structures might have been damaged, but that would only take too much time to investigate. Just booting up the core facility will suffice. We still have to retrieve the flagship's coordinates, ideally reestablishing connection with the line running along the coast. I know, but those things might be even higher up. Keep going. Hurry. No. I have to stay here. Turning on the lighthouse is as simple as pulling the most conspicuous lever. I need to stay here and oversee the power system rebooting. You should go, ma'am. Oh, is this why she's running up the lighthouse in the trailer? What? But if you're attacked by a sea terror that slipped through the net, we'll all... I know. But I don't want to come one step short. Not now. Those monsters, they only lashed out against humans because we invaded their nest, right? If that's the case, they won't keep destroying the facilities. If anything, getting into a fight will only make things more dangerous. You should keep climbing instead. A conspicuous lever. Right. Yeah. It should be obvious. Flip that, and at least the main facilities, including the lighthouse equipment, will start up again. Assuming what the log said is correct. Alright. I'll be right back, Geordie. Console. Well, this is it. Nothing on the outside is visible from within the tower. Could the Stultifera really not have sunk? How are they supposed to find that great dreadnought? Is it too late for the penal battalion to come to their aid? Are the cultists... Wow. Are the cultists of Gran Faro hiding even more secrets? Just by pulling down on the lever in her hand, all of these questions would be answered. Irene should have been conflicted. He had accepted too much, learned much of the sea, and seen it all with her own eyes. Now's the time. Hope you're ready, Irene. Ah! Dazzling light penetrates the ocean, along with my eyes, piercing through everything. The light will lead the way. The light can dispel the darkness. It worked. Hey, Geordie, did you see that? We did it. Ooh. Mierda. Why do they spell it murder? That's not... Unless that's Portuguese. Oh, weird. Anyway, yeah, mierda. Typo. Yeah, maybe typo. I mean, I know French is merde, so maybe Portuguese is like merda or something, I don't know. Or maybe it's Italian. It's Iberia, not Spain. Yes, but the language they've been using so far is Spanish. I didn't think you still had it in you to appreciate this sculpture. The Eye of Iberia, the offspring of the marriage between Aegir and Iberian technology. On land, each nomadic city can only seemingly communicate within its own walls. Between cities, however, is like crossing a moat. No system of communication can resolve the interference caused by Originium-rich zones. The only solution is to set up base stations that are at constant risk of being destroyed by catastrophes. This is the messenger stations, isn't it? That they're referring to. I hear some countries have already adopted the technology of mobile base stations that navigate on a fixed route between cities. Their engineers are no different from those who guard our lighthouses. Even today, humans humans still stumble about across this great land, blindly grasping for clues. We must still grope our way across terror, poor choice of words, in near total darkness. But what of the ocean? There is no Originium in the ocean. The Aegir's communication technology vastly surpasses everything we have on land. The Eye of Iberia is not just a set of lighthouses. It is, of course, Iberia's vision. Very few people know that it was left to us by Briogan as a microphone to connect all of Iberia. It's been a while, sir. Your work was invaluable in allowing the Inquisition to respond so quickly to Dame Calcit's proposal. Oh, sorry, that was him saying it. How about you? Have you enjoyed your time in Grand Farrell? Compared to the other cities where our colleagues lay dormant, this place can hardly be considered dangerous. What have you found here? My sincere apologies, sir. Doubt I know much more than you and the Dame. The order given to me by the High Inquisitor was to monitor Grand Farrell for more potential enemies, those who would violate our laws and desecrate our country. My conclusion being, no, not for the time being. No, there aren't any enemies here. Just ignore the bodies of all of these cultists you just had to kill because I clearly didn't do my job. When the church's cultists appeared, you didn't notify your team in time. Correct. I determined those cultists to be impotent, and took advantage of the penal battalion's withdrawal, the prime opportunity to go after their true mastermind. Did you find them? Are there more false bishops presiding over the sea's invasion of the land? Without concrete evidence, I can only speculate as to who their leader is. But Mayor Fiago, a worker from the Iberian hinterlands, is nominally the mayor of this town. Since the Iberia's project was scrapped and the Inquisition made quick work of the traitors in Grand Farrell, it has been no secret that he has been a potent critic of the Inquisition. I get the feeling she's a cultist. Iago, one of Grand Farah's laborers, sheltering the cultists. It would seem we have our next target, didn't cast it. Surely she must know this bullshit. There's one other thing, Lord Carmen. The penal battalion seems to have come under attack. What? They've invested a tertior just to quash the evil writhing in Grand Pharaoh. To the point that it's a rare luxury. Even a single badge. What could they be up against? The Neversea brand has seeped through the ground to the surface, drawing a circle roughly 50 kilometers around Grand Pharaoh. And it's a perfect circle, almost as if it was drawn with a compass. Yes, and how do you know this, It's not the town that's been surrounded, though. It's us.
Shokun, 君らの顔なんて覚えてられないけど、まあ行こうか。
Hate this. Okay. Just use Lappy to kill them. Yeah, I can't put her in two places at once, and I can't put her down anywhere, I don't think. No. I could play defensively. I'll play defensively. Oh god, they do a lot of damage. Ah.
I'll take them.
That is not a lot of damage. The title says there are too many tentacles. Ah.
Doctor, leave the lags. It'll be over in an instant.
Yes.
成功は必然よ。確率を計算するまでもない。My toxicant is ready. My tox.
さあ、あと少し。
Oh, that was the thing still.
My toxins will slowly burn your life away.
Okay, range works relatively well there. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Oh, yeah, that does do a lot of damage. I'm just gonna...
Understood.
Damn it!
What are your orders?
Could I? Yes. No, I cannot. Yeah, high arts, low defense. Okay.
I'll charge the flags. It'll be over in an instant.
Oh, they already killed the other one. Oh, that was a bit of a waste. Ah, that's fine. Oh god, yeah, okay, there we go. Oh, use that. There we go. Use that again. There we go. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Those things are annoying though. Ah, you two. Never realized he has 2 charges. I think he either collects up to 2 or it's 3. It's something like that. He collects a number of charges. We're almost at our destination. Oh, that's her talking. Never mind. Yeah, I was thinking about doing that, but I can't. The tile in front of Lapland was undeployable. I think her range was still enough, but I didn't really want to risk it. Isn't it obvious who these two are? I mean, it literally says their name as well. We're almost at our destination. What? You'd never... Oh, you never would have reached the Stultifera in one piece without me. The children of the sea would have ripped you apart, crushed you, or bound your limbs as they dragged you off their nest. Don't threaten him with a good time. You're not like Quintus. What might could you be talking about? My skin? This sack of flesh? None of that matters. What are you trying to accomplish? And what are you trying to accomplish, Hunter? Your kind already loathe your enemies while simultaneously doubting the purity of your own blood. But still, pretend to be calm. What are you trying to get out of me? Silence. A wise choice. Agir are not a sociable lot. It is known. But it seems there are exceptions. Or are you just a bit of an unpopular grump? Ooh. Your phone number. Can people stop shipping the enemies for one moment? I can answer your question. Quintus wouldn't, nor will other humans. But the Seaborn will. Like heralds, we come to understand things. We are not limited by the way humans think. I don't need your riddles. Before coming here, I was in the midst of translating a literary classic from Ursus. It was about race and nation, about history. I was putting it into Iberian and Victorian. Take a look, Mr. Hunter. Ulpianus's gaze follows the woman's hand, his eyes unconsciously drawing towards the ocean. A pitch-black sea, dense, with dark clouds, oppressive, and yet a vague outline of the starry sky is visible. Interesting. Are those clouds actually clouds? Even the Aegir rarely look out across the ocean from the water's surface. Different races, different countries, the land is fractured in every sense, and its conflicts are never-ending. But when you look out over the boundless sea, do you see anything representing those divides? Well, I imagine the man that probably fought the Sea Terrors for Aegir would most likely have known of at least one divide there in the sea. These damn monsters. Geordie, are you alright? Get away from me. That was like the single most... That was like the gentlest stab sound ever. It was just like, there we go. Just a poke. He just pokes the monster and it died. Seems like activating this facility has made these poor creatures realize that this place doesn't make a very good nest. High Inquisitor. Keep ascending, Aegir. Your hands are for wielding tools, not fire and steel. The plan is unchanged. Go with Irene and find what the Inquisition and the Hunters are seeking. I know. Please be careful. You really think we can find that ship? It can only pass through Iberia. I don't understand. If it is a place like Rhode Island, why hasn't it tried to return in 60 years? We too are lost, unable to find a way back home. Is that not so? The children are increasing in number. Are you alright? She just referred to them as children. What part of that makes you think she's okay, Gaddy? She can literally say, oh, I think I'm going to side with them now. And you'll still be like, are you okay? Are you sick? Me? Why do you ask? Didn't speak a single word on the way to Iberia. Have you always seen me as a chatterbox, Gaddy? Gaddy stares deeply into Spectre's eyes. When she finally found Florentina on land, her eyes were clouded over. Then she saw it in Salviento, a fragment of Florentina as she was. But it was short-lived. After returning to Rhode Island, she seemed to have fallen back into the abyss. But now, Gaddy begins to find herself unable to distinguish which corner of Spectre's mind she is currently dealing with. She has an ominous guess. One that has always swelled in her mind. No, I did not forget, but they are still hunters and they would not normally refer to the things they fight like that. It is weird her talking about them as if they're, you know, as if they're children, as if they're family, because normally when they actually agree with the fact that they're family, that's normal. That seems like that would be the point of no return. At least I'd imagine that would be what would be considered that. What's the matter? No need to overthink this, Scaddy. And the same goes for you, my sleepy little mermaid. Hello. We don't have much time. We will awaken. Yeah, I don't particularly trust Gladia either, considering she has the changing into a monster thing as well. We found out in that cutscene. Will I? You will. For the time being, go with Shark and take out the small fry. Their numbers are endless, so remember to adjust your breathing and conserve energy. You should already know that I prefer it that way. Must we be in such a hurry to perform again? The storm is not yet ready. But it seems our dance partner won't keep waiting. There's no end to them. Donia Irene, you're still alive. That flash of light was from the High Inquisitor's lantern after all. He wanted us to continue on. What exactly should we do? Keep searching for the ship's location? I was originally planning to wait for the technicians to arrive, but seeing how you got this big fella started all by yourself... Don't call the Lighthouse the big fella. Don't. My mind will not be able to... No. Make every second count. Iago, you're finally seeing clearly. Why haven't you fled? The Penal Battalion and that Inquisitor have been lying in ambush in town. Rather. Then why haven't your proud townspeople returned? The Inquisitors have already taken away all the confused, directionless residents of Grand Farrell. And you already know what's going to happen to them. You know all too well. I can't sit by and watch Grand Farrell go up in smoke. I have to do whatever I can. You? Fight Inquisition? Fair enough, Iago. But that will only hasten the town's demise. Iberia will never tolerate an act of treason. While we welcome all into our fold. But the weak do not have that right. This determination of yours is but a sick joke your mind is playing on you. You understand nothing. Who do you think you're talking to? Who? If I cared enough to investigate, you would have been flushed out by the Penal Battalion long ago. Tell me then, what can people like you offer Grand Pharaoh? In the end, the town is a mere human settlement. What we seek is to offer up to this land is of a much higher calling than your meaningless baubles. You've been followed. These sea terrors have pretty sharp senses. An outsider. We will allow it. Your flesh and blood shall become nourishment for our wounded. We will give back to this land. Can Elysium just sort of like, you know, stop stumbling into people who want to kill him for a moment? It seems to be like the third time now he's done this. Tch. The Neversea brand is already reached this far. Walls, the stairs, it's all over the place. Are you still not done yet? You're getting closer. Almost there. How does this make any sense? Even after all these years, signal receiving devices are still operable. But why? How? Atlantis logic. Oh, the logs. Whoa, there it is. Now let's take a look. Yes. Ugh. The numbers are exploding. They're moving through the Neversea brand, as if they've merged with the ground entirely. At this rate, even Maestro and the Hunters won't be able to stay behind. Won't be able to stay in this branded place for much longer. Damn it! Underneath us, Geordie. What? Oh, continue. Okay. I feel so sorry for this guy. He's literally just in the middle of Shit's Creek. And probably doesn't even have a paddle to his name. Abyssal Hunters. You're too weak. Forms like this require swift movement. Prepare yourself the energy to breathe. Like so. Ugh. How much longer, Higir? There are no records in the logs of how to operate these information terminals. So I'll have to keep searching. There's some data here. I don't understand what it means, but it keeps popping up. Keeps popping up. Even if that's from the Inquisition's last attempt, that should have been years ago. It keeps popping up. It's literally just your trial to WinRAR has expired. Please buy the full version. I'm not sure. I assume the data loss was caused by a power outage, but if my hypothesis is right, there's a ship that's been sending signals to the lighthouse for decades. What? How far away is it? I know, I'm looking. Where are the navigation records? What is it? It's very close. How can it be so close? Wait, okay, let me predict. They're trying to find the Stultifera Navis. Meanwhile, at this exact moment, the Stultifera Navis has decided to make its way back to Iberia. What? What happened? I'm afraid the underground portion of the tower has been swallowed up by the Neversea brand. We need to make our decision now. Decision? What decision? If we have the means to locate the ship, then we will go. No, we should eradicate the sea terrors to ensure that the Penal Battalion's reinforcements can arrive safely. impossible. You would merely wear yourselves out before the stronger prey can arrive to join the hunt. What do you mean to say that Iberia has hundreds upon hundreds of people willing to hold the line? Their dying breath, like dying Inquisitor below us? No, but opportunity awaits for no one. Have you confirmed the coordinates? I can determine an approximate range, but I don't know why it's spinning around, or if that means it's being kept afloat by aberrant ocean current. See that square surrounded by seaborne? That is what the ship looks like now. But that ship is the only vessel we have. You can have it. We don't need it. No. Go with them. Inquisitor, what did you just say? The Eye of Iberia has already been activated. There should still be some working safeguards in place. Lord Carmen will arrive to purge the evil remaining on these shores. We don't have time to waste on these endless hordes. Then, I'll stay with you, sir. No. You ought to accompany them. You should go see the ocean. I'm getting death flags and I do not like it. What saved your life? What let the rescuers find you? It wasn't me. It was the scriptures you hold in your hand. Make the right choice. Do not bring shame to Iberia. Understood, Inquisitor. I will bring Iberia's eyes and return the Stultifera to our country's embrace. Then go. I look forward to seeing the moment you pass down the correct verdict. Yes, Inquisitor. You should leave too. Go with them. Sir, I don't want to. I want to stay here. Too dangerous. I don't know a single thing about that golden vessel. The best I could do is bask in its magnificence, but I don't think that's where my duties lie. Might be a strange thing to say, but I only felt my own worth when I was exploring this lighthouse. So please, let me stay here. Okay, maybe there's not much of a death flag if one of the actual playable operators is still around. Exactly 100 down, but nothing has changed. They're like stars in the sky. Breaking the encirclement would be simple, but defending the lighthouse? How long would we be slashing away? What a fine, colourful carpet they make as their carcasses dissolve. A carpet of life. Ah, this must be the most beautiful carpet in the land. True. The Neversea brand is spreading, which means your weapons cannot burn them, but mine can. That's only a temporary solution. Cauterizing the tips of the seagrass won't stop it growing. It's good enough. Grab your people and get out of here. Clear the ship out, or you won't be able to get your bearings. You realize what that means? You don't need to tell me, Aegir. Very well. Do your best to survive, my Inquisitor. Clark, Gaddy. That's the ship. Yes. That's a gem. What's a ship? I'm joking. After so long spent waiting on land, we are finally able to return to Aegir. Her current objective, survive. Oh, the good old Halo Reach days. Gladia's words slow to a halt. A hand presses her neck. On her well-concealed skin is a patch that is rough to the touch. The ship right in front of her eyes. No. Don't be hasty, Gladia. The ocean is still dangerous, otherwise it would not have trapped the 3 hunters ashore. But without a doubt, her heart is smouldering. They've left. That's right. Which means we're stranded here until the penal battalion's reinforcements arrive. You've done well, Hagir. You've earned the right to answer a question. Ah, okay. I swear to answer truthfully. Did you make your own decision to leave the shore? Come here with us? You're just an ordinary person, janitor or whatever. You're no warrior. You can wander out to sea, let alone witness a battle against the sea terrors. Yeah, I was gonna say, for a moment I read that as he has the right to ask him a question, but then I reread it. I'm like, wait, no, it's saying yes, you have the right to answer one of my questions, which is literally my job anyway. Well, okay. Yet, look at your expression. Oh, look, look, your expression doesn't shake at all under the light of my lantern. What are you thinking? What do you want? I can't even remember seeing my mother or father. Everyone always told me I'm an Aegir. And that we came to repair the lighthouse. But it's all ruined. Before this, I didn't know a single thing. I was lost and confused. To be honest, when the sea terrors came, someone told me to leave as soon as possible, but truthfully, I didn't even know where I could go. Because I'm an Aegir, all I can do is keep my head down and trudge through life. And, so you know, I'm actually a chapel nurse, not a janitor. But that doesn't really count as work, does it? All the things Mr. Elysium talks about, the way he acts, maybe that's what it really means to live a life upon the land. That's why I felt like this was an opportunity. Are you not afraid of death? I don't think there's anyone who isn't, sir. I should be frank with you. The Never Sea brand has already completely engulfed this coastline. We don't have much time left. Oh. Lord Carmen and Dr. Calcit have their methods, but I'm not so optimistic. When the others left, we were basically condemned to death. Is that why you insisted on me going with them? It's too late to regret it now. You chose to defy me, your own free will. But even if you die here, your death would be by no means meaningless. You're not shaken. Just a little bit. Maybe. But even if I went with them, wouldn't I still have 9-to-1 odds of dying? As long as I stay here in this lighthouse, I can at least feel like I've already... Don't be in such a hurry to give up. The Eye of Iberia should have its own defenses. Go start them up. Ah, alright, but where will you go? Now, we are alone at sea, far from our homeland. Again and again, we arrive on this little reef, with weight of our lives and of our vessels so much heavier than the place itself. Swarms of slivering sounds. Between the ocean and Iberia, there is no such thing as justice or evil. Only sword and lantern. Obey me. Oh, only me. I thought he said obey me. I thought he was talking like to his weapon or something. I don't. That's weird. I don't know why I thought that. Oh well. Worn out cabinet. Oh, we're nearly finishing this bit. Manuel. Opening cabinets, swaying doors, and a complex-looking device can be found resting inside. A thin line of Igerian text along its side reads, Housekeeping Assistant Module. It seems to fit one of the slots Little Handy. And that is a very poor choice of words. It appears to have been carefully stashed here at some point. But where did it come from? Where did it go? Where did it come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Oh no, I'm definitely removing Neversea brand. Fuck the bouncing. Alright, so this looks like the last one. Oh, it is. There is no save button. Oh, there it goes, 100%. The lost flagship. Ooh, looks nice. Oh yeah. But I must have pressed saved anyway. I must have pressed save anyway. Okay, how much time have I... How long have I been streaming for? Okay. When disaster struck, both the great flagship Stultifera Navis, the ship of fools, and the Iberian fleet to which it belonged were out at sea. Giant waves swallowed everything, but the ghosts of the past still lingered. Is this one? Oh, it's a battle one, okay. Oh. That's gross. Within the broken mirror, Spectre finally sees her completed self. Not sure how I feel about this one. Okay. This will probably be the last one for the stream anyway, so let's go into it anyway. Railgun was the owner of that key. During Iberia's golden age, he became a guest of honor to the aristocrats and nobility. He was once seen as a symbol of the budding harmony between the Aegir Islanders and Iberians. Nobody knows what he was doing right before the disaster, or what he lacked time to do. But he had already left behind a significant legacy, and for you, significant direction. Talking to him. Regardless, he is part of the past. I have no doubt you will be ones to make the choice here in the present. Oh, maybe the hunters. As for the key, the question of why Brilgan's key was left in Kazimierz is one we do not need answered. But it was found by the hunter, Gadi. This was no coincidence, but rather an inevitability rather. You will all have you all have natural sensitivity towards the sea. Indeed, I handed the key to that band. You will learn what they truly are. Perhaps the Aegir will need to enlist their help. They're also searching for answers. Most of them are young, uncomfortable with the ocean's changes. After all, they cannot truly leave the place of their birth. Yes, I hope we will succeed. Humanity faces too many problems, and the layers upon layers of disasters can easily extinguish the light of our current civilization. Gladia, if you wish to act alone, I won't try to persuade you. Gladia is just like you. Perhaps all the hunters are. But whatever you do, don't think you can solve all of this land's problems by yourself. Ask away. I will answer any of your questions. Shamla. Where did you hear that name? Oh, come on, you talk all the time. And yet you have to cut off whenever there's an important point. I swear, she just does this to troll us. She'll talk about a whole lot of nothing, and in the moment there actually is something. Oh, nope, you've got to wait till the next time I talk about a whole lot of nothing. Ah. We're almost there. But the ocean is just too vast. Even slight inaccuracies in the coordinates can lead to huge errors. They see me trolling. They hating. It is also much calmer than I imagined. More than calm. Since leaving the lighthouse, we've actually faced fewer and fewer attacks. Not even the wind or waves are stirring. What does it mean? It means... Are you nervous, my poor little bird? When did you... And where I can see you. Who are you calling nervous anyway? It's just... Very few people manage to make it this far out into the ocean, so I can't be sure that... Nay, your eyes are drawn back over your shoulder, not to the horizon. You fear loss more than the unknown. Your superior gave you this chance so that you could board the Stultifera and to reach out to the Aegir, not for you to wallow indecisively. I know that. Before the fight comes to us, you must... Hey, you smell that shark? Of course. Keep this cozy little boat slightly to the right. Soon we'll be able to see the bigger boat. It's long since become yet another nest though. Do we really intend to dive right in? Oh, I'm guessing the ship has been lost. We're not going to come across any Iberians that have been living there. Do you need to rest, Spectre? Me? Is there something wrong with me? Why would you ask that? Your hands are shaking. Spectre looks down at her hand. The one not wielding a weapon is indeed trembling slightly in the sea breeze. Her consciousness gradually clears up and plunges deep into the abyss. Untouchable. Is this anxiety or excitement? But why? Gladia reaches out and gently holds Spectre's hand. With Skadi following suit, the three Abyssal Hunters share a moment of silence. Welcome home, Hunters. Oh, that is ominous. Although for a dreadnought, I don't see many cannons. Looks more like a big yacht. Gladia solemnly steps onto the ship's bow. The sea breeze cleaves the path through the night, carrying upon it a familiar scent. The quiet vessel sleeps soundly atop the ocean. It is a vessel of the sea breeze and a guest of an era. Idealism was ubiquitous in the era, and it reflected the people's spirit of exploration, well as their arrogance. Skadi and Gladia gaze wordlessly at the ship. In an instant, they are inundated with a flood of thoughts. But in the end, they are invariably dragged back to the past, their youth, their home, the rhythmic swaying of the ship. Only Spectre continues to grip tightly onto the weapon in her hand, the sea breeze picking up slightly. Well, true, but I also don't see... At least I don't see turrets at the front, unless they're hidden. But also, yeah, I expected it to be kind of like more like an ironclad type, where you would see, you'll have the turrets, but you will also have the other cannons as well, like more built in. But then again, we don't really know what Iberian and Aegir technology are like. It could be one of those, for all we know, it could be like Star Trek, where it's like panels that shoot or stuff, but I don't know. It could be arts-based. Well, now that I've said that, all cannons are arts-based in this game, but you know what I mean. This breeze will carry the hunters hunters home, rather, not alone. Oh no. Oh god, there's still more of them. Slithers across a rocky surface. Monster, burn them. There's the Tyrannid tank. Lord Carmen, we can't afford to stay here much longer. The team of hunters is in danger. The penal battalion has been held back. It seems even I have underestimated the extent of the Church of Deep's taint. We should have cleared the temporary forward base at Grand Pharaoh. Continue the pursuit. We didn't have a choice. If we have no way of securing the town, we'll be under attack from both sides. An Iberian Tessio consists of at least 10 companies, approximately 3,000 people. The officers of the penal battalion are more than sufficient to lead them to victory. You seem quite knowledgeable about this. We've crossed paths more than once. Are you suggesting we let the penal battalion handle Grand Pharaoh and head straight into the Eye of Iberia? I wouldn't be opposed to that proposal. We were were we dealing with Victoria's fleet. Otherwise, our losses will be even greater. Ah. Miss Frost, why are you... A warm-up workout, she said. We come from the sea. We are the sea. However, dun dun. If you're willing to help, that would be ideal. What can you offer? I can make them listen to my song. And your companions? Apologies in advance, but Dan wants to borrow that chapel. The others are in there thinking up new songs. Music. Your melodies are considerably different to what I used to hear in Lifanion. Are you sure they'll be interested in this sort of thing? The meaning of life is music. I just want to clean up the venue before the show starts. Ross slowly pulls out her guitar. Harmon cannot help but be surprised. He can tell that the organism in front of him is truly, genuinely thinking about music. Her words contained no superfluous intention. It is by no means a metaphor. Use the word as such, and Frost's attention will quickly wander. She only thinks about music. Only this form of art capable of stimulating her soul. And can hold her attention. Okay, flinching sounds now. Dum dum dum. I don't know. The lurking sea terrors circle around her, observing, examining, judging. Everyone's a critic. They dare not wantonly approach her. They smell a familiar scent. They realize the guitarist in front of them is a hollow vessel. Her distant connection resonates through the depths bestowed to them as their birthright. He thought he has music arts like Lifanium casters. Oh, I didn't think of that. Even on land, they instantly feel as if they have become one with the sea. Liver? How miraculous. These creatures are intimately connected with the land itself. In their eyes, are humans and sea terrors no different? Ross does not answer. He is intoxicated by the melody, consumed by the passion. Hello? Halsit knows that the question was rhetorical. Halsit, was this also part of your plans? For them to sit on the coastline while the penal battalion delves into the sea? If you choose to believe so, then yes. Is that her way of saying at this moment I'm kind of freeballing it? But the penal battalion didn't even have time to prepare even a single ship for us. There's already one sitting along the shore. What, that abandoned one they looked at earlier? It's been years since the Grand Pharaoh project was scrapped. First, we must uproot the evil that still grips this land. I remain an Inquisitor, and I will not sit idly by and watch the corruption that has been infesting Iberia slip away right before my eyes. Whoa! Are you alright? Let go of me. Don't just go around picking people up. But, my fragile little bird, how will you climb up this tall deck if I didn't carry you? That's not what I meant. Forget it. Wow, she really is flirting with her. What's the matter? Oh, I see a cannon. Inquisitor Irene simply stares blankly at the scenery in front of her. A dim still sliver of light in front of the pitch-black sea reflects from her forehead. In front of the ship's mast, time seems to have stood still for the past 60 years. For this is the Stultifera Navis, ship of fools. The flagship that housed both scholars and soldiers. The floating palace of a fallen dynasty. It's quite different from how it's described in the books. We do a little bit of tomfoolery. Let's go. But wait. What are you even searching for on this ship, on a ship this big? Briogan was an Aegir. This key must be hiding some sort of clue that the Aegir wanted to leave behind. Key? What's it meant to open? That's what I'm here to find out. Even ignoring its size, the ship has also been lost to the sea for 60 years. How do you plan to... Perhaps you young Iberian haven't had much exposure to these transport vessels. Even with Briogan's help, this thing was so shoddily built. Ouch. Why you? Were the seas calm on our way out here? I'm sure you know the answer. Then my next question for you is this. Why didn't this ship sink? You don't mean... Footsteps. Heavy, viscous footsteps. A shadow appears on the deck, where no living beings should stir. No, Irene immediately reprimands herself for having such a thought. Gladia's question was also on her mind. Along the shore, in the waters, she had already seen many of these. What the fuck are you? Oh wait, these are the things in the trailer that run up, that climb the walls of the lighthouse. Or at least the backs are similar. The moment she sees the enemy, the young, talented Inquisitor, Irene's first instinct is to hold her breath. By the time she remembers how to breathe, Gladia has already stepped forward. This is me when I get out of bed in the morning. I just nudge it to the side. Interesting. You managed to dodge it. Not for long. Don't even think about it. Oh, and it's dead. Oh no, it's disappeared. What? It hid inside the cabin. Should we chase it? Yes, that is where it went. But why would it hide inside? We're out in the middle of the ocean. What do we do? It's not alone. There's more than one seaborn on this ship, and even more sea terrors. We should split up and look for clues. I'll go after it. I'll head down. Down? How? Do people already know the layout of this ship? We don't, but that's nothing a sharp blade can't solve. Excuse me? This is the most important legacy of the Iberian sages we're talking about here. And where will you go, little bird? I have an obligation to supervise you, so I'll go with you. There are so many mysteries surrounding the Stultifera. If it's been preserved this well, why did it never try to return to Iberia in the last 60 years? As an Inquisitor, I must uncover the truth. Shall we hold hands then? What's the meaning of this? You are a fruit of elegance and grace, but your hard work and natural talents are worthless before the enemies you'll face. I fear we will lose you with but a momentary lapse of focus. You look down on others too much, Aegir. Keep us safe then. Will do. Dark. Did you remember something? The sea breeze told me. It spoke of a sculpture. Is it weeping, waiting for me? Well, that sounds like that's out Call of Cthulhu with the Cthulhu sculptures. Will I be able to find it on this ship? Of course. But make it quick. I'll be waiting for you. What sculpture? Well, let us say our greetings to the deceased while searching for its whereabouts, Daddy. I'm glad you still remember my name. Wait, why did you bring up Weeping Angels? I didn't see any mention of Weeping Angels. Why are you bringing that up? This place really is fit to be a palace. No, don't give me the smiley face. I swear to God, if there's Weeping Angel mechanics in this game... Wait, no, how would that be possible? You have a top-down view of everything. I don't... Oh, the weeping statues. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. That makes better sense. I was gonna say, I would not have been able to have handled actual weeping angels. But how is it so pristine? There's not a speck of dust to be found. Look, even the floorboards are sparkling. Maybe someone wanted to keep it tidy. Who, though? Who knows? You said you were going to pursue that monster. How are you planning on doing that? Its scent doesn't lie. Much like these hips. Christmas, don't be evil. Oh, no. Though its place is full of putrid smells, there must be more. Speaking of putrid, sea terrors. As expected, they turned this place into a nest. I'll handle this. Wait, Hector. The scent's coming from below. Ugh. Shamala. Shamala. That looks like a throne room. Ugh, that impact. Are you alright, Spectre? Spectre? Florentina? What are you looking at? A mirror? Oh, it's this thing from the event. Why is there a mirror? Not from the event. Yes, from the event, Karma. You're literally playing the event. I mean, from the trailer. The mirror's been broken. With this place, why did the Iberians make a transport vessel into a palace? It's nothing like Rhode Island. Is there anything special about the mirror? I saw it. At first, there was a speck of light from the surface of the shattered mirror, but it quickly gave way to the dark shadow beneath it. I, the Seaborn, had long been waiting here, sitting alone in its golden hole. I'd say golden. Its golden hole. Oh, it's taken its clothes off. Okay. Okay. Yeah, no. Back up, sir. Shamla. Ina. Lordi. Larenina. It's young. No. We can't judge their strength by size. Another Seaborn, without a doubt. Sea Terrors too. The Gathering. Vector. Vector ignores her words as she stares blankly at the mirror and at the Seaborn behind it. You remember me? The Seaborn nods slightly. It looks at Spectre and Scaddy with confusion, thinking, why are they different from how they were in the past? What happened to them? How can it help free them from the shackles of their flesh and blood? No? Spectre, don't think about it. I'm not. The tone changed. Scuddy looks at Spectre with astonishment. He had never been able to get a definite answer from either Gladio or Calcit regarding the moment of clarity Spectre displayed in Salviento. Florentina, you... Florentina. Yes, Florentina. Oh, he's got their faith back. Look, here on the scroll hanging from my weapon. Back when I wrote my name down and hung it there, I could still remember where I was born. Damn, that music kicked up all of a sudden. Ah, lucid dream, huh? Really, it's been too long. Spectre. We can reminisce later. Whether in Salviento or aboard this familiar yet unfamiliar vessel, I really hope that next time I'm awakened is by a gear's resplendent domes instead of you ugly monsters. Okay, firstly, Christmas, that is incredibly evil. Secondly, I actually kind of wish Hypergriff sees this and thinks, oh, that's a good idea, because that does sound like an absolutely awful yet fun mechanic to have in the game. Hey, thanks for sitting back and letting me finish. Wait, you weren't seriously about to call us kin, were you? Gross. See, I prefer this version of her. She actually doesn't like the Sea Terrors. Come on. Why don't you take a little nap too? They can only be killed by true damage. Oh god. Sink into the quagmire of consciousness and relinquish the gifts of life. Central passage. Okay, here we go. I forgot there actually was a...
Everyone, there's no need for you all to stand so far from me.
This is going to be bad. I want to see what it does. Okay, nothing so far.
Speeding up.
Okay, in there again. I don't know which ones to do. Close enough. Follow the leader, leader. Follow the leader. Sing with me.
I'll take the lead. The rest is up to you guys.
Oh. Ooh.
Kick ass!
Oh, I can't do this all the time though. Okay, I'll do it once here. No, I'll do it again. And then I'll do it again, not yet. Now. There we go. Oh, but it is going to be moving now.
Don't worry, my poison is not contagious.
Face me!
Oh god, it is everywhere. Oh, okay, put her on there so it doesn't spread any further.
Poison to you.
Okay, there we go. As long as it does not spread to Lapland. As long as it does not spread to Lapland.
Poison kiss.
I've got this. There's only 2 more left. I've got it. There we go. Ooh.
We won? Thank goodness for that.
Alright, I'll say that was good then. Wow, that unlocks everything. Okay. That literally just unlocked everything. How do you like Grandpa with the bladder problem? Jesus, with the bladder problem rather. I mean, so far so good. But I think the layout of the map helped me considerably more because of the fact that it kept moving around. However, regardless, I think I'm going to pull a calcit and leave you guys on a cliffhanger while everything is kicked off.
Ohayo,
Ooh,
Doctor.
what did I get? Winter. What's this one? Oh, this song. Yeah, no. I wish we had one of the other... I wish we had the other summer song. Oh, well. Anyway, yeah. So... Ugh. Yeah, I think that's a good place to end it, because then the next stream we can go and do... Wasn't that a chapter 8 background? I don't know. I actually... Does it tell you what I need to do in order to get it? No, it doesn't. You unlocked it 2 battles ago. Really? Why did it only show me now? Okay, anyway. Anyway, okay, yeah, so I'd say that's probably it for now. And then I think I'm not entirely sure if I will be streaming tomorrow. That's the reason why I'm doing it today. But I might be around tomorrow. It depends on what times it is, and depends on... I might be playing some games with some other people on their stream, so I won't be doing that, but it depends on what times. So I might stream tomorrow, I might not. I might stream at a different time than normal, I might not. I'm not sure yet. But still, it's I've always been quite fun, and I'm really looking forward to this. I kind of hope that I can get this done before Il Circusano comes out, but I may have to... If that's the case, then I may definitely need to play a lot more. I might have to try and see if I can play at some point tomorrow. Maybe even do a Sunday stream. When does Il Circusano come out? Is it, it's the 23rd, right? Which is a Tuesday. So technically that is potentially Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. 23rd. Okay. So that's 3 days, 3 possible streams. We'll have to see. I mean, obviously it'll depend. It'll also depend on my own IRL sanity. And then, you know, to finish Stultifera and then go straight into Il Circusano, even if it is possible, that would be quite a toll, but certainly something I want to... I do want to get to it. I do want to make sure that I've got the time to do it. I don't like that with Near Light. I was able to do the story to completion, but not get the endings, because I just didn't have the time to do the other things in between that. Oh well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. It all depends. Anyway, yeah, so as always, for those of you who are new to the channel or haven't joined yet, I will leave the link to the Discord in the chat. Texas Altar and Penance would help a lot in Stultifera. Okay, so maybe if I don't quite get to the end of it, they might, if I do end up getting one of them, and if I'm able to like speed run their upgrades, I could potentially have them for the final battles. We'll see how it goes. I'm not particularly convinced that I would get her. I'm not particularly convinced I'll be able to level her up within that time either, so that's all just wishful thinking. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming along, and yeah, I definitely plan on getting this done as quickly as I can. So I might try to stream tomorrow. Again, it will depend on what I'll be doing, but I'll let you guys know obviously closer to the time. But until then, thank you all so much for coming along, and I shall see you all next time. Bye bye.